Good evening. Welcome back to Crochet with Lulu. How is everyone doing? I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you for watching my videos. Sometimes it's very chaotic here. Other times it's quiet like it is now. And I just want to thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for all your sweet comments. The babies usually want to be right in the middle of the action, and so they're taking a nap now. I crate them when I go to the basement and do laundry, or when I have to go outside and do anything. And forgive my appearance, my shirt, me, everything. I've been outside trying. Well, I blew a lot of the leaves, but I didn't do a very good job. The leaf blower, for some reason, it stayed on when it shouldn't have stayed on, and I was just kind of blowing some leaves back and forth. And then when I was getting to the good parts, it said it was done. So it just quit. But anyways, I've been to the basement, done some leaves, and I probably have stuff in my hair. But you don't want to hear about all that. What have y'all been working on, and what have you been doing that's fun? The weather is gorgeous today. We had a couple of days where we were expecting rain, and then it rained pretty much, I guess it rained all day yesterday. And then we had a little thunderstorm. We didn't have any damage, thankfully. I've not heard of any damages near me, so I'm thankful for that. My cousin lives in a nearby town, and I think she said they had 3 inches of rain, but we got a lot of rain. I don't know that we got that much here, but we got a lot of rain. And they were, in some parts of Tennessee, there was hail, and it was very windy in a lot of places. Here it got somewhat windy, but not terribly bad. So what's the weather like in your area, and what have you been up to this week and this weekend? It is Saturday. It is November 8th. I had to look at my paper because my paper's over there. I try to keep up daily my schedule with the 5 children so that I know when I took them out the last time. So anyways, I had to do my cheat sheet. I have not worked on anything this week but the poncho, and it's finished, it's done, it's ready to gift. I did do a little phone pouch, but it's over there, and I'm not going to reach over there. It's nothing to show. It's just a little square-ish bag. And I'm pretty sure the yarn is Hobby Lobby. We know I love Hobby Lobby. I love Hobby Lobby. That's probably the only yarn. If I had all Hobby Lobby yarn, that would be the only yarn. I don't think I would ever buy any other yarn except the doily thread that I use. But I tried to make the handle. I got the handle kind of wonky, so it's nothing to show. Trust me, it's really nothing to show. I'm proud of the poncho. I ended it with 39 rows, and the reason there's 39 rows, the odd row, is one of the rows that I was doing with variegated, I only done 1 row, and I'm not sure why I ended with 1 row. I can't imagine why I would be distracted because my headspace is always so clear. So anyways, I just done 1 row of that variegated. So I ended up with 39 rows as best I can count. Even my counting this morning, I could not count. But here is the finished poncho, and I have got all the ends woven in. Most of this is Red Heart yarn. This yarn right here is Hobby Lobby, and the Kelly green and the pink is Caron Simply Soft, but everything else is Red Heart. This last 2 rows of that red looking color, it's called Shaded Red, and it's a very, very old skein of yarn. I don't know which bag of yarn it was in, but I've been gifted a lot of yarn in the last couple of years, so I'm not really sure which yarn it was with. It was bought at a place called Helen's, and it was 94 cents. And the ball band did not even have, that I could find, it didn't even show how many yards was on the roll. But I think it was so pretty, and it looked so pretty against the black. I was trying to decide if it should go with the navy or the black. And when I held it up to the black, I thought, oh, that's just going to be so pretty. I just fixed a simple little decorative thing here. She can take it off. I just wrapped it around itself. So that's that. Next, I'm going to concentrate on Christmas. I know that I want to make a couple of sweater vests. And then for kids, I think I have really struggled with what to do for the kids. I was going to do the star-shaped pillows so that they could carry them with them when they went, like, to their grandmothers or to their friends or wherever. Or, one goes to his dad's every other weekend, or sometimes every weekend. But I just really wasn't sure. So now I'm kind of trying to decide, do I want to do a lap blanket for the kids and do the star-shaped lap blanket, or just do a rectangle granny square lap blanket? We know, because I tell you all the time, I don't handle big projects well at all. I get so distracted, I get bored. My mind is here and there, and I'll lay it down and I'll think, well, I'll do it again after a while. And then after a while comes and goes, and it's 2 or 3 days later of the after whiles. And my brain gets squirrels, and then I'm like, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. I'm going to start them, but my biggest concern now is I want to get the sweater vest done. And that will take me a while. One of them may actually be a sweater with no sleeves. And then she can put it over a top, just a casual top, or kind of a sweatshirt type top or whatever. The other one, I want to do a vest, a man's vest and a woman's sweater. So there's a couple of tutorials that I'm wanting to look at, and I will let you know which one. Right now I'm looking at, I believe it was Crystal Bagaude's. She's making the sweater with the actual sleeves, but I'm just going to do the man's vest without the sleeves. And I may or may not put buttons on. I'm not exactly sure. That will have to be kind of decided last minute. I've got to check on my yarn supply and see if I have enough black. And then the girls' sweater, I'm probably going to try to incorporate some different colors, but not as much as that poncho. I knew the poncho, I wanted to do it a little different because she likes the boho look and the kind of the darkish with the pop of color. So I kind of went with that on the poncho. But the vest, the man's vest, I know he'll probably want a black. I started it with, it's a Hobby Lobby yarn, and I think it's called Gunmetal, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough. So what I may do is do the back black, and then do the gunmetal on the front panels. But I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna have to kind of see if they go together. If not, then I'll just have to decide maybe something else. I have several skeins of a color, and I cannot remember what the name of it is, but it's kind of an off-white with specks of different colors in it, but it's more, it's kind of more for a guy look. But I'm just really not sure. I'm really debating on the colors. My problem is yarn. I have an abundance of yarn, but not enough of one color to do one large item. I'm hoping that I'll have enough. So, and then I was going through my yarn stash, I guess last week, and I found some old big things of the chenille. It's the real chunky. So I may use that, and I may end up making some little plushies for Christmas. But right now, like I said, the two mainest things is I want to get the sweater and the sleeveless sweater and the sweater vest, and then kind of go from there. I left the house this past Monday, for a little while. I went with my cousin's husband to look at some land that they're thinking about getting. Went and done that, and then the rest of the week I've just been here. I've been doing some housework, and not enough housework, but I have done some. I don't think you think you're caught up, and then you turn around and there's more to do. And that was like the laundry. I had the laundry, what I thought was caught up, but it's not caught up. It's not. So today I'm trying to play catch up with laundry. But I've done a lot of yik-yakking, as I call it. I don't really have anything else to show or to tell you. I haven't done anything exciting, except I did put on a crock pot of homemade vegetable soup. Now I'm gonna fry some hamburger meat later and add that to it, so it won't be it'll just be soup. But I've got the vegetables in the crock pot with some noodles, and it's been on about an hour, I guess. So I'll let it cook. I need to go turn it up on high in a few minutes, just so that at least the soup part will be done at a reasonable time. Other than that, I have not really done anything. I have a couple of people one called, and she wants some different little, like some of the Pokemon plushies, and then she wants one of the Stitch. Her son is fostering some children, and so she wanted to have some little gifts to give to them. And then one of my friends, she used to be a nurse, she wants me to make her some little, they look like little woobles, just the little plushies. So I may kind of mingle some of those in when I'm working on the bigger projects, but right now I just want to get those done. That's it. That's all I have. I hope everybody is having a good weekend. I hope you've had a wonderful week. It's beautiful, beautiful weather here today. Just absolutely gorgeous after the little storm we had yesterday. But we did need some rain, so I'm thankful for the rain that we got. And I hope everybody's safe. I hope you're doing some fun things. Leave me comments if you've been anywhere exciting, what you've been doing, what you're working on. And if you have any suggestions about fringe or no fringe for the poncho. Like I said, I think that's going to be something that she and I will sit down together after I give it to her, and then we'll decide about the poncho. I thought the variegated color would be pretty to use for the fringe, but I may not have enough of it. I may have to mingle in some of the other with it. So that'll just be something we'll talk about later. I'm not worried about it right now because I had to get this done pretty quick. Time was a slipping by, and then blooming. them blooming tails that I waited last minute about weaving in. I was sitting here, the Veterans Parade went down earlier. So I was sitting here half out, turned around, watching the parade, and they were howling because I think every siren we had in town was in that parade. And they were all a-going. They were all a loud noise, and these were howling. So I just sat there and was weaving in ends, kicking myself because I waited to the last minute to get them blooming things woven in. I'll get my English properly in a few minutes. But thank you for watching. I hope you stay safe this weekend. Do some fun things. Tell me what you're doing. Join me back next time, and thankfully it's quiet, with more Crochet with Lulu and friends in Luluville. Bye-bye.